everybody. Welcome back to episode 80, Talkoffamepod podcast with your host, Kyliemontigney. And I'm so excited to have on actress, YouTuber, and model, Sofia Ryder. Thanks so much for having us, Sofia.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So you are an actress. What made you want to start doing that and basically being part of the entertainment industry? Because for especially women our age and younger generations, it's very hard for as a woman to be in the industry. So what made you want to be part of that?
So, becoming an actress was like I didn't even know it was something I could do. I didn't know people did acting as a job like growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I became like aware that that was a possibility, it was something that interested me. And I was just like, I really want to be on a TV show. That would be so cool. I know I could do it. And I kind of just looked into it and then started going out on my own, just like submitting myself to my own things, like to like different agents. And I don't know, I got signed to an agent, and then yeah, I've just been acting since then. But
Oh my gosh, like what was the experience like for you, like kind of growing as an actress? Like what was like the hardest part for you to basically being able to find an agent, all these things?
So luckily for me, I want to say it wasn't that hard because I got headshots. I just researched online, and then it said like get headshots, submit to agencies. So I got headshots. I went to New York to get headshots, and then I was just submitting to any agent I possibly could.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. Like, are you from New York or?
So I'm from Massachusetts, and then I was going to New York almost like every other weekend just for.
Oh wow! Like I'm from Pennsylvania, so it's not that far from Massachusetts.
Yeah, it was like a 3-hour drive.
Oh wow! From like where you live? Like, do you live by like Boston or?
It was like 40 minutes probably.
Oh, gotcha. Because I know like some places are kind of near Boston, so I was wondering because I go to Boston often, so I really love that. And so you are also a model. How do you kind of deal with the atmosphere? Because like, it could at times be like a toxic environment during modeling. So what is it kind of like? How did you feel about doing modeling and all that stuff?
Yeah, I think for modeling, I did a lot more like commercial print, so it was very like diverse and inclusive of like body types and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Too short. When I first started stuff, I was too short to do runway, even though that was something I really wanted to do. I'm 4'11". I was never able to do that,
Yeah.
So, but I guess that was a good thing because I know there's a lot of pressure for models to, look a certain way. And I think that's changing now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. So you also have like a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
And so like what made you want to start doing that basically?
I have just always loved making videos. I remember being like 10, filming them on my computer and just being dumb and just filming whatever. And then I just thought it was like the most fun thing to do. And then I started my YouTube channel a year ago because I had just finally decided like I should start posting these videos that I film already. Like I didn't know, I kind of just didn't because I was like embarrassed of it. And I think that's what holds a lot of people back. But I kind of just got over it. I was like, it's something I like doing. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's how I was. I always loved doing like TikToks and all those things. I just love being in front of camera and vlogging myself. Even though I looked bad, I did horrible. I'm like, I can't listen to that internet. This is horrible. And now I see old TikToks and some of myself. I'm like, God, why the hell did I do that? Like,
Yeah,
why did I post that? Like that's how the same to you as well. You're like, oh, what is this? Like, why did I make this?
Yeah, no, watching my old YouTube videos, there's some that I had posted and then I deleted, and I'm like, what was I doing?
Exactly. Like I have so many times where people say, like, why did I say that or why did I do that? Like that's how I feel that like a bunch of times.
Right. Yeah.
And so do you have a role or like a thing that you did that kind of stuck out to you when during like your career as an actress, like a model, YouTuber? Do you have something that kind of stuck out to you most, experience or something?
I think there was a short film I did when I was like first starting acting. I'd gone to New York with my mom, and it was the first thing I did that had like a premiere kind of thing. Like they had a showing of it in a movie theater. And so I went with my mom, and I think that really stuck out to me because I was watching myself on this like huge screen and I thought it was crazy. And my mom was like, I could tell she was just really proud of me. And I think that just pushed me a lot more to like know that this is what I want to do forever.
I love that. Like since like you knew, like since you always wanted to do acting, like what was the moment that you kind of knew that you kind of wanted to do acting for a living? Like what was that moment that you realized?
I think when I started booking jobs, and I was like, oh, this isn't just something you could do for fun. Like I could do this and like make money off of this, and I love doing it. And yeah, it's possible to do forever.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like one thing that you do is just something that you realize like, oh, I guess I have to do this for a living now. That's what happened to me. Like once I started talking, I'm like, oh, I guess I have to do this for a living now. What I even do and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. I think just any opportunity I've gotten, whether that was like doing a commercial or a short film, like every time I've had the opportunity to like be on a set or something, it's just like that. Like every time I'm like, this, I love this so much. Even when I get auditions, I get so excited, and I don't think anything like makes me as happy as just being able to act.
I love that. So I guys were kind of talking about auditioning and all these stuff. Like when you are usually auditioning for a role, how do you usually get into the mindset of the character you're trying to audition for?
So it's definitely a process, and I work
Yeah.
with my acting coach, who's great, and she always helps me. And we kind of just do a lot of research. Like if the character is, let me think quick. If the character has like an experience that I like, if they played softball or something, and she's like really good at softball, and I know nothing about softball, I would probably watch some YouTube videos about it, like do as much research I can about that to kind of help me figure out the character a bit better.
Oh,
So
I
yeah.
love that. And like it's always the worst thing because like when you audition for a role, they're always like opposite from who you are actually. Like as like you're like as you somebody audition for, they're very athletic, and you want to say like you're not athletic, you're like, oh well, how am I supposed to get this role if I'm
Right.
not athletic?
Yeah.
So it's
But
definitely a process for sure.
yes, it definitely is.
And so like do you have anyone they look up to as an actress or as in general? Do you have anyone they look up to?
I think I really like Kristen Stewart. I
Hmm.
Yeah, I really like her as an actress and
Yeah,
just
me too.
a
Do you have a
person.
favorite role by her? Like, have you seen Twilight?
Oh yeah, I've seen Twilight like 50 times. Like yeah, that
Oh,
was
that movie is so good.
yeah. Um yeah, I love Twilight.
And so, like, where do you kind of see yourself in the next 5 years as an actress? Like, do you see yourself like big, or do you see yourself getting a lot of roles? Like, where do you kind of see yourself in 5 years?
I honestly haven't thought that far ahead in my life about anything, but hopefully just working to any like extent. I'm not
Mhm.
really, yeah, just like on a set working on whatever project I can.
Yeah, I
Still,
love that. Like, that's how I am. When people ask me where I see myself 5 years, I'm like, how am I supposed to think that far ahead? And like, that's
yeah,
totally
I mean,
5 years.
5 years, like so much could happen in five
Yeah,
years.
exactly. Like, how about we focus in the moment instead of wait 5 years and see what's gonna happen then?
Yeah. I
And
don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. Like
yeah, exactly. I don't know what
5
I'm
years is a
doing in
long
the next
time.
couple of days. Like, how am I supposed to know what I'm doing in 5 years?
Right.
And so, like, I can't even remember what I did 2 days ago. Like,
Me either. Don't
and
even-
so, like, the final question is, what is some advice for younger generations that like to be like an actress one day?
Wait, sorry, I could not hear part of that. What did you say?
Oh, no worries. So the final question is, what is some advice to younger generations that to be like an actress one day?
Okay. Just start. If you think it's something you want to do forever, just start, whether it's plays, like in your community theater, like musicals. Start sending your headshots to agents. If you don't have headshots, go get headshots. Like anything, submit yourself. If you don't have an agent, just anything you can do, like, helps. And really try your best to like work as hard as possible, because it's really competitive, and you kind of just have to push yourself a lot if it's what you really want to do.
Exactly. Because the entertainment industry is really hard, especially as a woman. Like, it's very hard to deal with all these things that we're dealing with in the industry. So it's very hard to deal with. Like, everyone thinks like the entertainment industry is so easy. Like, oh, this is so easy. You just have to do these things. Like, it's so easy. Then the entertainment industry, you're like, oh yeah, this shit's hard. Like,
Yeah.
and like you don't know how hard it is until you at least try it. Like, it's so hard.
Yeah, it's definitely not like
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. I can say that.
It's definitely not easy.
And so thank you so much for jumping on the podcast. It was so great to speak with you. You're awesome, and you're such a blast. And we'll definitely catch up soon and do some more things. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Bye.